Hey viewer, thank you for joining me today. Today's reading is a pick a pile. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Spirit said just go with your gut, which pile you're drawn to. We weren't going to use any crystals today, so I'll give you a minute to take a look at each deck and see what jumps out at you. Hi, pile 1 viewers. You chose the Super Attractor deck. Spirit had me pre-shuffle your cards. I want to welcome you here today. Thank you for checking out the video, stopping by. And let's see what messages Spirit has for you today. Pile 1 viewers. Alright, so the first card that came out was Truth. And she has her throat chakra symbol even on her throat, and yet she's grasping at her throat. And this is from the Awakened Soul deck, and it is a new deck. So I am looking forward to getting to know all these cards. And I'm going to read from the book. Truth. The Awakened Soul story of this card says, our awakened soul has activated her throat chakra by speaking truthfully and with pure intention. Before this, she was sensing pain and a tickle in her throat, which was not subsiding. When she finally said what she had been thinking about for days, the sensation left. Her energies in this chakra are open. To celebrate this, she has woven white chrysanthemums in her hair, as they are a symbol of truth. She smiles at the synchronicity that the fountain behind her is the color of the throat chakra. The flowing water, much like her communication, springs from within. A level of clarity and freedom that she has not experienced before has enveloped her aura. Now knowing her liberating speaking the truth can be, she is much more assured that she will keep the vibration of truth with her going forward. So the meaning of this card, it says the Truth card has come to you today to ask that you see things as they are. There is what is, and then there are the stories you tell yourself. These may ultimately become what you believe and take on as truth. Put a spotlight on the BS. Call yourself out on it. This will allow you to move forward, as the truth can and will set you free if you let it. It may be obvious, but it is time to tell the truth. No beating around the bush or trying to justify it. Just say it like it really is, with as much compassion as you can. There are many universal, natural, and man-made laws that all revolve around ideals of truth. Know which ones of these are mutable and which ones are actual. In a world where our realities are created and ever expanding, know that things can change. If people are not being sincere in their actions or following up with their words, trust that they are showing you who they really are. Words without follow-through lack integrity. We all have seen that, haven't we? Truth can be tricky. Many spiritual people talk about speaking their truth, when really the ego has them hiding behind truth when they are just being plain mean. It may still be true, or at least to them, but what is the motivation of the person delivering the message? Is the integrity lacking? Speaking your truth isn't about making excuses. Okay, so the shadow meaning of this card is lies and deception, believing in stories, gossip, and denial. Okay. So lies and deception is what's Spirit showing me with this card. Okay. See, her mouth is closed and she's grasping at her throat. So now, knowing what you know about truth, you can no longer speak those lies and deceptions because you know that's not right. All right, we have lepidolite, recall your dreams. Selenite, clear the clutter. Aventurine, create your own luck. And rhodonite, find a way to forgive. Recalling your dreams. So with lepidolite, I don't know why they have me. About opening your subconscious mind. So when going to bed, ask your questions of what you need to know or learn or what universe should show you. And they'll bring them to you in the dreams, in the subconscious state. Selenite, clear the clutter. Speaks of time for a refresh. When you feel your batteries running low and your light starts to dim, all it takes is a quiet moment to hit the refresh button and turn your inner lights up to the brightest potential. Use this reset as an opportunity to cleanse yourself from anything that's dimming your energy. So it's definitely, they're showing me, when you speak of lies and deception and gossip, you are dimming your light. You're lowering your vibration. You need to do what's needed to re-energize your spirit and feed your soul, to recharge that inner light. Aventurine. Sorry, I don't know why I said that band. Aventurine. Maybe you guys know that band. I think they're coming to town too. They're doing a tour. Anyway, pile 1, viewers. Luck starts with you. Simply by changing your energy, you have the power to shape your own fate. Again, here they're talking about resetting, cleansing, changing. First step is to align your thoughts, beliefs, and energy with what you want. Once you're fully aligned, you can attract the opportunities you desire to accomplish your goals. Like a magnet, you can set yourself up for the best possible outcome in any situation. But they're showing me it's not about luck. It's about manifestation and what you can create for yourself. However, if you're in this state of speaking lies and deception and gossip, no matter how hard you try, this is not going to happen. Opportunities are not going to come to you. Okay, rhodonite, Find a way to forgive. Well, forgiveness first starts with yourself. Freedom is in forgiveness. It's natural to react when others hurt or betray us, but you can move past the first layers of blame, resentment, anger, disappointment, or frustration, and you can free yourself from this negative and toxicity. When you're able to forgive, you empower yourself rather than letting your emotions have power over you. Forgiving someone, however, doesn't mean that you condone what they have done. It simply allows you to release your ties to that experience so you can move on. At its core, all forgiveness is self-serving. So, if you've been in this environment of speaking lies and deception, toxic and gossip, denial, if you've been living that, forgive yourself, but cleanse that energy from you. Okay. Calm is not a weakness. I love all the green healing energy that's around that. So these are messages from your guides. A state of calm is not a personality flaw. On the contrary, when you feel balanced and harmonious within your soul, you attract the energy to you. Human society often equates movers and shakers and type A personalities with prosperity and prestige, but at what cost to their emotional and physical health? Slow and steady wins the race, and one day at a time are the mantras of this card. Sometimes the pressures on earth can feel like the light of your soul is being extinguished. It is your job to take care of your human vessel so you can efficiently follow the blueprint that you have created for your life. If you take too much onto your plate, it can cause stress and dis-ease. If you bring dis-ease to your body, your objectives here on earth become more difficult to accomplish. Material wealth is never a part of a soul's blueprint. Prosperity in the form of money may certainly come to you for a variety of reasons, but it is never the objective. Happiness and inner peace are always higher priorities than a large bank account. You can't take power or money with you when you leave the physical, but you can take the gratitude and love that others have given you. And the easiest way to garner that affection is to project a calm and peaceful energy to those around you. Meditation and a ritual of sitting in silence with your guides is always suggested if this card appears frequently in your spreads. Wow. So have you been money focused? That bank account focused? Have you spoken lies and deception to get that? Is that part of your job? Your work? And they keep showing me that's blocked. You've been blocked from what your heart's desire is. Because your focus has been on money, not on peace and happiness and gratitude. Ask for guidance. I don't know if you have watched any other of my videos, but I always speak of how our angels, our guides, are here to help us, but they can't step in until you invite them in. You have to ask. So when this card comes up, it's saying, be mindful that you are not on this journey alone. It can seem like that way at times, but there are many souls, not only on the earth plane, but in the spiritual realms, who have your best interests at heart and are always eager to help. All you have to do is reach out and ask. When moments arise that are difficult and you feel that you need help making the correct choice, assistance is always here. This was the agreement before incarnation, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. There are several ways to connect and contact your guides: through contemplation, meditation, prayer, or asking for contact in the dream state. Remember, the Lepidolite card said to ask for them to show you in your dreams. Confirmation. I love when they do this. The cards it's all connected. Your connection to the wisdom of your guides is omnipresent. It's your job to find the best way for you to receive it. Guides and other teachers work closely with you, and they understand your physical habits and mental processes so that they can steer you in the right direction. Besides personal assistance, they also have the ability to influence earthly circumstances for your benefit. See, a lot of people, I know I even forget that at times, that, yeah, I have the support of my team, and I check in with them all the time and ask for help. But I also forget often, and I have to remind myself that it's the universe. They have the power to steer what happens here on Earth. And they're showing me an example of when you're rushing to get somewhere, right? And you're driving along, and then this car pulls out in front of you. They don't cut you off or anything, but they pull out in front of you, and they're driving 5 miles slower than the speed limit. And you're like, oh man, come on, why are you going, get out of my way? Or what I've done now is I'm like, okay, universe is telling me, no, I need to slow down, because they don't want me to arrive at wherever I'm going at 10 a.m. They want me to arrive at 10:10 a.m. So whenever anything happens to you, it's happening for you. So don't be upset that someone's slowing you down. It's universe saying, hey, you don't need to rush, because we don't actually want you to get there at the time you want to get there. So, where was I? Besides, they also have the ability to influence earthly circumstances for your benefit. There are many beings surrounding you from many realms, such as philosophers, sages, wise men, scholars, and masters who no longer require incarnations in the Earth School. Asking for help is not perceived as a weakness. In fact, just the opposite is true. Yeah, they're telling me, when you ask for help, you are being your almighty powerful self. Because when you ask for help, you are going to achieve and accomplish what goals you've set out for yourself, because you'll have that whole team supporting you and making it happen. If you don't ask for help and you try to do it by yourself, that's where the struggles and the difficulties come in. And that's when you're weak, because you're not getting it done. They're telling me it takes a village, it takes a community to raise a child. You know that saying? Well, in Earth School, we're all children here. We're all learning. So stop trying to do everything by yourself. Asking for help is not perceived as a weakness. So, and calm is not a weakness. So they're now showing me these two cards. They want you to become more aware of your guidance and support that's available to you, and that everything that's happening to you is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Make it a daily ritual to ask your guides to go before you on your earthly path and show you the way. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, so the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so here you've been totally mindset on, it's all about the money, what my bank account says. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse, saying that that's not This is not what matters. Your focus on all of this has been incorrect. That's why it's coming in reverse. And Three of Pentacles. They're working together. So you're asking for help from all that around you, and that's what gives you the strength. Asking for help is what makes you strong, not weak. Because this focus has been blocking the passion and the quick movement. Forward. Like the Eight of Wands is fast moving, coming forward, but it's in reverse, it's blocked. All of this is incorrect. Ask for help. That's where your strength is. Okay, let's see. All right, so yeah, the Seven of Swords, lies. This is you speaking. I know in this deck, the Star Spinners, I love it. It says, the Seven of Swords marks you as the betrayer. You saw opportunities and took them by whatever means you could. You prioritize getting ahead over your personal ideals. This card represents those moments where you find yourself lying through your teeth in an effort to avoid responsibility. And worse, you seem to be getting away with your dishonesty. Yep. Judgment card. You're being called out right now. This is Father God, Source, Mother Creatrix, whoever your person is, who you connect with, is saying, hey, this needs to stop. I'm showing you the path you've been on is not. This has to stop. The lies, the dishonesty. You're only betraying yourself. So the Ten of Wands in this card, like, she's got this beautiful garden growing, but there's a lot of work. You got, like, there's the watering can sitting there, and she's sitting there like, I don't want to do this anymore. When you lie, you have to remember your stories that you've told. Lying is a full-time job. You have to, if you speak the truth, it's one and done. Because you won't ever have to remember what it is you said because you spoke the truth. But when you lie, you always have to remember what you said and to who or how, and to each person what different story you told. That's a lot of tending to the garden of lies. It's just, I have no words, because it's just, why not tell the truth? It's okay. You're depleting your, remember it spoke of energy. You need to reset your energy. You're putting yourself in you're dimming your light because of these actions, the lies. You're dimming your light because your human vessel was not here to do that. The Ten of Swords came in reverse. You're in a bad situation. You fear change. Your fear of the change is stronger than your willingness to solve the problems at hand. Instead of doing difficult work or confronting your fears, you let it drag on endlessly. You need to find a release from this cycle of guilt and fear of change. It's time to move on and let it go of the things that do not serve your long-term growth. Yeah. Ask for guidance. Working with others will bring you the strength. They're telling me, forgive yourself. It's okay. They're just waking you up. This is the judgment card, like the spirits tooting the horn, like, doo doo doo. We've given you the message. You've heard this now. Three of Wands. Three of Wands is taking flight, going out into the world, taking that step, but came in reverse. You haven't made that the fear of change, the fear of coming clean with your lies and deception has prevented you. And look here, look at this man and this woman. They're both, she's naked, alone, and the castle's off in the distance. She's looking wantingly at it, like her Eight of Cups, her Eight of Chalices. She's not lit up. She's just in this dark. And then what is this? The Knight of Chalices. Look, his cup is empty, his head is down, and look, they have their backs to each other. See that? They have their backs to each other. They are not connected. They are not together. This fear. Okay. This is the cow. Symbolism, fertility, purity, divinity. The cow is among the most ancient of sacred animals. In Egypt, a cow sculpture with a golden sun between its horns was paraded about in a nocturnal passion play depicting the death of the god Osiris, an annual event performed on the Egyptians' All Souls' Day. The cow figure itself represented Isis, the wife of Osiris, who was in search of the body of her dead husband. Isis, the foremost Egyptian goddess, was associated with abundance and fertility. Cow cults existed in Greco-Roman cultures. The beast is still sacred in India, where it is considered a being of great purity and fertility. In Hinduism, the bovine represented the female power in nature, whereby the earth itself is conceived as a cow and all vegetation and food derives from its milking. What they're showing me is the universe has been watching you. With this. And because of your mindset in the wrong place, this hasn't happened. Purity, divinity, speaking truth. All right, we have some Buddha wisdom here. When your words are lies, where will your mischief end? Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Hate never yet dispelled hate. Only love dispels hate. Love brings ultimate victory. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. Go beyond likes and dislikes. Free yourself from attachment. The wind cannot shake a mountain. Neither praise nor blame moves the wise man. Okay. When your words are lies, where will your mischief end? So I don't know. I mean, this is a general reading, so not all pile 1 viewers. But I always believe universe brings you to the pile of messages that you need to receive. So some of you out there you really are going about this the wrong way. With lies, deception, gossip, focus on the wrong things. But Spirit is here. They want you to ask for help, and they're going to help you. Okay, pile 1 viewers. What final messages, Spirit, do you have for pile 1 viewers? Thank you for your guidance. You're grateful for your forgiveness and understanding. What messages do you have for pile 1? Please make it obvious. Okay, they want me to shuffle again, but they want me to say, listen, you're not, don't think of this as a punishment. It's just a scolding. They just want me to say, listen, the horn is blown. Spirit is saying, okay, you now know that we see what's going on. We see what's going on, and we're bringing it to your attention that it's time to stop. And it's, forgive yourself. Start by forgiving yourself. And you can ask for forgiveness if you've wronged anybody else. Ask for help. It's not weakness. They want to help you. That's where your strength will be. And ask them in your dreams to show you how, to guide you. You need to get out of... See, she's like holding her hand up to her throat. She's saying it's time to stop what's coming out of my mouth. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What messages, final messages, do you have for viewer 1? Please make it obvious. What final messages do you have for viewer 1? Okay. We have, I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. Spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. Yeah. So when you get into alignment, remember you were being blocked. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. And when I'm connected to spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. Whew, pile one viewers. If this isn't confirmation of everything, wow. It's all about spiritual alignment, support, guidance, being connected, and everything will... It's all just based on speaking truth in a compassionate way. I hope this helps pile one viewers. If it did, please click the like button and subscribe and share. I will have all the description of the decks down below, as well as if you want to schedule a personal reading with me or not. Just be aware of the scammers. You know they're out there. I am truly grateful that you are here, and I hope that this helped in any way. Love and light. Hey, Pile 2 viewers. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video today. I truly appreciate that you're here. Spirit had me pre-shuffle some cards already for you. Man holding a coin. Victory in reverse. Community. Blossoming abundance. And happy family in reverse. Fatima. My Bahago. Grounding. Surrendering. And some clarifying tarot cards. And Buddha wisdom, which we'll get to. Okay. So we'll start with the energy oracle, man holding a coin. Pile 2. This card shows a man sitting in a lushly flowering field, holding a large bright coin. For men, this could indicate an aspect of yourself and a readiness to further your goals and receive increased health, money, or value in your life. Greater success is on its way when you take control of your own finances and act. This card upright could also reveal the assistance of a financial advisor or healer whom you already know or are soon to meet. This man is helpful and may bring sage advice concerning the action you need to take. Be open to this person showing up with support, but always turn to your own intuitive guidance to weigh the information you receive. This could also signify a new love interest with a wealthy man or a man from work. All right, Pile 2 viewers. Let's see. And that was number 43. Man holding a coin. All right, so the victory card is number 28, but it came in the reverse. The victory card reverse signals a delay or reversal in a hoped-for outcome. Whether it's in personal change or external achievement, success may have been eluding you for some time, but don't despair. You may need to restructure things, reevaluate, or release one specific outcome and set your sights on another. Whatever's going on externally, remember that the equanimity of peaceful surrender can often be your biggest victory of all. Okay. Number 7, community. Spirit's having me read from the book, so there's obviously messages in here that needs to be heard by some of you. This is a general reading, as you know, so it might not all resonate. Take what is and does and give back to the universe what doesn't. This card shows 3 women celebrating, sharing ideas, and supportive energy. The lights in the picture represent your ever-present spirit community as well. So all the little orbs there. When this card appears upright, it indicates as an association of some kind. It may be a casual connection of like-minded people, joining a club or community of some sort, or even a business partnership consisting of 3 or more entities. The time is right to make such new connections and to share intentions, whether they're personal or professional. Networking and community are an important part of the human experience, and the security and sense of connection can be beneficial to all. It's true that when several people join their intentions, it accelerates their power in the energetic realm. Receiving this card puts you on notice that the universe is sending some beneficial alliances your way. Like they spoke of, that some man is coming. Like the Happy Family card, this could also indicate a party or celebration of some kind. Well, the Happy Family card did come out, but in reverse. So this is number 4, but it came out in the reverse. So let's read what that says. When the Happy Family card is reversed, it indicates a separation or emotional distance from family members or close friends. This disconnect may be from your family of origin, such as your parents or siblings, or it may be that something is standing between you and your present family members, whether it be your children or your spouse. There could be some hostilities that need to be worked out, or perhaps some fences that need to be mended. Communication and patience may be called for here, so let your intuition be your guide. Remember, real healing starts when you choose to become your own loving parent, sibling, spouse, friend, or child. The lesson in every relationship is self-honoring, and sometimes the karma is to just let it go. Yeah, so these are all tied together. Okay, and what's the last one is Blossoming Abundance, number 3. This card shows a beautiful golden garden in the springtime with coins and new flowers blossoming all around. And like this guy was in this garden too, right? They even hang like fruit on the tree above. So yeah, there's coins hanging from the fruit above. Upright, this card signals a new increase in wealth, possibly in a dramatic and unexpected way. Be aware that you sow the seeds of your own wealth and prosperity, much like a gardener who works the grounds and begins to see blooming results take hold. This card upright indicates that the universe is blessing you and helping the fruits of your labor to blossom. So smell the flowers and tend to the new growth. Be grateful and enjoy. All right, pile 2. It seems to me that whatever is blocking the family, that's what's preventing your achievements from having success. But taking the words of a sage or wise man, but trusting your intuition and working together with spirit will bring this abundance. So, okay, we have Fatima, the mother of Imams. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. So I'm not going to read all about Fatima, but I would definitely Google her because there's a great story behind her. And I think we all would benefit from knowing her story. But I'm just going to read of why her card showed up in your reading, pile number 2. We can get caught up in the ego's idea of who we need to become or what we need to achieve. Fatima is the grace that sweeps through our seemingly complex lives and reminds us of what's core, what's solid earth to the soul. Family. Even if family means a few beloved friends, what matters most is the love and gratitude we bring to those who are there for us, and the love and gratitude we feel when they show up for us. They're showing me this. Nurturing, protecting, and taking care of the ones we love is a sacred occupation. My great-grandmother, Big Margie, advised me that if I ever had children, I needed to make sure I got paid for it. I had no clue what she was talking about. The idea was so foreign. Big Margie believed that women should have a wage for the time they spend raising children so that their work would at last be valued. The role of a housewife or a stay-at-home mom is sacred, and it's consciously chosen. It is a profound contribution to raise and reconstitute the world. There is a legacy of love that can be inherited by the whole family from such undivided attention and presence. Fatima restores the significance and importance to the spiritual path of motherhood. Fatima is also a call to step back, take a deep breath, and take inventory of how much you can be grateful for right now in this moment. She releases you from unreal expectations of yourself. Whether you have mothered a child, a friend, or yourself, Fatima helps you see again the vital role the nurturer provides. She offers the perspective that says love is the family we all belong to, and gratitude is the state of wealth we get to live in. So maybe some of you are stay-at-home moms out there, or a housewife. Don't let other family members try and make you feel bad or guilty about the choices you've made. Maybe that's what needs to be mended. Okay. Then we have my Bago, the warrior saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. So we got a lot of love. Love here from co-workers, love here from community, love here from a wealthy man, and spirit, and Fatima. Okay, so my Bago. My Bago represents the otherworldly courage and resourcefulness that comes with deep devotion and commitment. I'm not going to read about her, but this is how you spell her name. Maybe you could Google her too, just so you get a little background about who she was. She's a great warrior. Okay, so they do want me to mention that in the 17th century, she was raised a devout Sikh. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. S-I-K-H, Sikh. And back then, the women fought alongside the men. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked by reading that. And she's the one that saved the Sikh religion from extinction. So it's definitely someone to look into. When her card shows up in your reading, pile 2, viewers, it says, devotion grounds us all and allows us to see just how many resources are available to us. And devotion elevates our perception so that the spiritual realm can infuse us with the light, strength, and energy that is greater than our own. Devotion is the action we feel compelled to take that demonstrates our commitment to love. The power of Mai Bhago's devotion kept the Sikh religion alive. Sikh. I want to say Sikh. Again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. The task seemed impossible. 40 Sikhs against a whole Mughal army. But what has never happened before becomes possible through true devotion and the force of pure love. Mai is the warrior saint who reminds us to become fully devoted to what we love. Then, courage isn't an effort. It isn't something we have to cultivate. Courage is what commitment to love bestows to us. Devote yourself fully to what's at hand, to what's in your heart, and the strength, the support, and the courage to complete the task will rise to meet you. Okay. All right, pile 2. Yeah, whatever family members are stepping in and causing this separation, gotta mend. Love is just an overwhelming factor I'm seeing here. Love for self, love for others, trusting your intuition, but whoever this sage is, this wise man, trust your intuition and spirit, and you have a whole community backing you. Okay, what else is? How can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know is coming. It says, today's soul action. Know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Today's mantra. Say this out loud. I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. Okay. Grounding. You want me to read from the book? There's a story. Our awakened soul is in crystal heaven, lying in the middle of a large healing grid in the grass. She has crystals all along her main 7 chakras on her body, connecting her to the rest of the grid, as she is the centerpiece. After a long week of stressful workdays, managing her relationships and keeping her sacred boundaries in place, she is in need of a grounding ritual to recharge and realign her energy. The stones are crystals of love, rose quartz; amplification, crystal quartz; protection, black tourmaline; and divine communication, kyanite. In this space, she is connecting herself to Gaia, allowing the light and energy to become centered. She breathes in light and breathes out anything that no longer serves her. She's going back to the source for transformation and healing. So if you're not aware, these pink stones are the rose quartz. And I'm going to take the time here with these crystals, just because some of you might not, not all Pile 2 viewers know all this. So, and then a clear quartz, This always amplifies whatever energy other crystals you're working at. It amplifies it. Black tourmaline. And kyanite. I don't have that on my table. Let me just quickly go grab that. This is actually one of my favorite crystals. In fact, I'll leave that on the table right here. Okay, so you can see the blue shards represent the kyanite, the white represents the quartz, the black is the tourmaline. So love, amplification, protection, and divine communication. If you have been feeling static around you or a heaviness that you cannot explain, this is a call to ground and center your energy and stabilize your auric fields. You are constantly surrounded by waves of energy, natural and man-made. Anytime you feel foggy in the mindset or distracted, take time to cleanse and ground your energy. This helps with vitality, clarity, and health. You are drawn to this card today as a reminder to get your body in touch with nature. It has been too long since you were barefoot feeling the ground between your toes. Grounding can not only release negative and stale energy from your body, it can allow for the vibrant energy of Gaia to return to your being. Go hug a tree, dive in the ocean, take a walk in nature without shoes. Take some time for an energy exchange with Gaia. Overstimulation can cause you to experience a feeling of being burnt out or wanting to retreat. The simplicity of a grounding practice can offset these feelings. While you can use tools such as crystals to aid in this work, you only need yourself to ground. So, yeah, winter, it's fall here now where I am. So you could be, even in wintertime, the trees are still standing and out there. So you can hug a tree in the wintertime. Obviously, swimming in the ocean, that's the polar bear plunge. You might not want to do that. But if you can, especially stay-at-home mom, what they're showing me is take your kids outside. Let them see, all of you together, be barefoot in the yard if you're able to do that. If you don't have a yard and you're in an urban area, you could still go to a park and just find a nice area that's clean where there's no dog poop or goose poop, and ground yourself. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hold up these crystals that were on this card so you can save this video. Let's see, can you see all of them? And just use the healing energy from this video. And you focus love, amplification, protection, and communication. Feel the energies of these crystals coming through the video. When you need a moment to tend to yourself, you can always go back to this video. Okay. All right, so what else do we have here? We have the Page of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the King of Coins, the Ten of Coins, sorry. The Page of Chalices in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Lovers. Okay. So, Spirit is showing me that this space that you're in right now, where you're being blocked of things, is that you've really just put yourself there. That you're trapped in bad habits and your deceptions and your denials. You keep trying to explain your way out of your emotional problems without ever touching the heart of the matter. This vicious cycle is emboldened by people in your orbit who make you doubt your feelings. Yeah, so whoever this is, they're succeeding in you putting yourself into this self-doubt and trapped in deceptions and denials. But the Page of Wands is here to the Page of Wands is coming with innocence and light and words of that it's not. I'm trying to shine the light on you to show you that's not truth. The Ten of Coins is someone who's mastered the connection, powerful, knowledgeable, has loyalty surrounding him or her. And this card speaks of you've accomplished much and are satisfied with the results. Speaks of broad contentment and security. And you're in a position to share your resources and care for others and take on new projects. And you also have room to take things like leisure and building relationships and joy and fulfillment. So this speaks of stability. Ooh. The Page of Chalices in reverse. This tarot is the Star Spinner Tarot. And I love how it gives different representations of the cards. Where this speaks of immaturity and being unable to properly address emotional problems. A lack of self-love and self-confidence is evident, and it asks you to examine moments of petulant selfishness. Have you become prone to tantrums, coldness, or stubbornness? There is a hesitation to pursue the things you want because you do not think you deserve them. So they keep bringing me back to whoever is not supporting you and trying to separate you and divide you from your heart's desire, is you're like listening to it. And remember, this card spoke of trust your intuition. Like even a man who comes with wisdom and knowledge and sage advice, you have to trust your intuition, your deep knowing. That's why it's saying take time to ground yourself and surrender, because you know this isn't truth. You know. So that's what this Page of Wands is bringing forth. You know that you are stable and prosperous. You got to get those voices out of your head. Knight of Wands in reverse. So the Knight of Wands also speaks of it in the reverse. They're saying the Knight of Wands likes to be the center of attention, and he certainly has a talent for showboating. But behind the extroversion, the romance, and the show of gallantry, there is not much else. You might be brave and willing to take risks, but you also unable to see how those risks might adversely affect the people around you. Try not to charge forward with little consideration for others. Okay. So, this is a general reading pile too, so I'm feeling like this is directed. Some of you know what I'm speaking of, but others, you're lacking the immature, you're being immature and tantrums, showboating, but there's nothing else going on behind you. Okay. And the Lover's card. And they're showing me overcoming trials. Overcoming oppositions will bring this. And here's all the apples. There's apples growing here. Remember, fruit hanging from the tree. So they're showing me that blossoming abundance is for your picking. It's here. But you have to overcome whoever is putting you in this mindset. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, we've got some Buddha wisdom here for you. Endure harsh words, for many people speak wildly. Endure hard words in peace. So yeah, somebody's been speaking. Somebody's been speaking to you. And harshly. Do not carry with you your mistakes. Rise up from the ashes. See a new beginning in every day. Okay. Resist the temptation of pleasure and the desire to hurt. You are a free person. Watch yourself. Awaken yourself. Be the awakened dreamer who dreams awake. Knowing that you shall pass away, how can you quarrel and let bitterness harden you? The world always finds a way to praise and a way to blame. The wise continually praises. Okay, so they're clarifying with the Judgment card. Spirit is reminding you, remember, to connect, trust your intuition, connect with Spirit, surround yourself with the supporting community. The Six of Swords in reverse, setting a path, a charter to new place, and speaking your truth. That's what's currently blocked. The Ten of Swords and then the Ten of Cups. So here's the happy family in the end. But it's when you release all these harsh words that are spoken to you. Remember, I don't know, I always say remember, and I'm sorry, but not everybody knows. So 10 represents completion and renewal. So Spirit is reminding you that all those words, all these actions being taken against you, that you've trapped yourself with it. You're preventing yourself from moving forward. Cards don't want to tamper. Moving away from that. Let it end. Let all these words that have hurt you and knocked you down, let it's finally done. It's over with. Because that you're happy, and your happy family, happy ending. The abundance is there waiting for you. But you have to heal. You have to mend the fences. Remember, it spoke of mending fences. And love. Everything was all based on love here. All right, pile 2 viewers. What final messages does Spirit have for you? Pile 2 viewers. Please make it obvious, Spirit. What final messages do you have for viewer 2? Pile 2. Alright, they want me to shuffle again. And cut the pile, okay. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Please make it obvious. What final messages do you have for pile 2? Spirit's telling me, reminding you that all that you're doing, you are supported and loved. But you have to remember, you're not alone. Yeah, they want me to. You're not alone. You have to surrender, ground yourself, reconnect with your community. And they're saying, you know who your community is. Trust your intuition. All right, Spirit, please make it obvious. Pile 2 viewers, what final messages do you have for them? Okay. The dragonfly. Be light-hearted. Finding out. Things coming to light. Adapt, change, and heal. All right, pile 2 viewers, that's all I have for you today. I hope that it helped. Again, thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. If this did resonate with you, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And I will have all the decks in the description box below, along with how you can schedule a reading with me. I truly appreciate and am grateful that you're here. Love and light. Hey, pile 3 viewers. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my YouTube channel video. Today, Spirit has asked me to pre-shuffle your cards. So let's just get into it. First, let me stop and say, I am truly grateful and appreciate that you're here, and that this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with all of you. Take what does, and what doesn't, give back to you, universe. So we have number 24, Light Dancer. Number 13, Dawn Watcher. 4 of Swords. What am I waiting for? Archangel Hope. And let's see, the 8 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the King of Pentacles in reverse, the 7 of Wands, the 3, and the Empress, and the 7 of Swords in reverse. All right, so number 24, Light Dancer, Illumination, the Radiant Self, Shining Soul. And this is the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And Spirit has asked me to read from the book. Each of us is designed to find within us the light we see outside of ourselves. And with our 5 senses, we cannot see all that is. We cannot take in all that is truly within this world, the universe. But through reaching for the light that lies within us all, you have sought to become a more loving person. You have searched for the oneness and lost the sense of division. For moments, there have been pure bliss, and when it has departed, you have been sad, as though you have failed. As a human being, you cannot perceive all that is, all the time. But in those moments when the bliss and peace of the truth of our connection, the acceptance of our transitory journey within and through our bodies, the alignment with values that respect and love the earth, where we find union with others like ourselves, we find ourselves dancing with the light. Life has an ease and flow to it, and when we feel we could reach out a hand and touch the stars, this moment has come to you, even if you have forgotten its power. And it is here to remind you again of the beauty of the heart and soul, of the relationship you have to the infinite, which lies within you and without you. The Light Dancer tenderly touches what she can see in the hidden spaces of the universe and within your heart. When she comes to you, it is to remind you that you, too, are a light dancer, a being of the infinite universe, and you are as graceful, as aware, and as tender as she is. The illumination states, I am evolving into an enlightened being, dancing with the light that dwells within me. That is a beautiful card. I'm going to leave that there. Number 13, Dawn Watcher, caretaker, guardian, and support. This is your chance to fully realize the beauty and potential of a new day. We cannot always see that we are watched over. We cannot always find within us the belief that we matter and are cared for by the universe. But if we could see with the eyes of the Spirit, we would see there are precious beings all about us, who will show up each day and watch over us. They do not interfere, but if we reach out and ask for their help, we may catch a precious glimpse of them within the clouds of the dawn sky, their faces loving and caring, and assuring us that although we feel alone and small, we are always looked after, and there is always a deeper purpose at play within our lives, and we have something unique and precious to offer the world. Your soul belongs to the greater universe of which it is a part of, and therefore the universe is closely watching you to ensure you will have the support you need. In this moment, on this day, know that they are watchers, ensuring you will continue on this journey. Take a moment this day, amidst all that is demanding your attention and pulling you this way and that, and imagine a dawn, a reset, a chance to start with love surrounding you, and know that the watcher is there, gazing at you with infinite love and compassion. Be reassured that the soul has a plan and the universe has a mission, and you are part of this glorious unfolding. The illumination is, I am watched over by loving and supportive beings. There's a face in the clouds, always watching. So you are part of this universe, and at times you might forget that. And when they're showing me, Spirit's showing me in the universe all these lights, which are vast and beyond our human brain comprehensive. Like, we can't even comprehend the vastness of what the universe is. But all of these lights reflect the love and support that we are given and that we are a part of. So you are this light dancer, and look at all that you're surrounded by. All of this love and support, and taking the time, quieting the mind, and looking in the clouds, you can see. And it spoke of asking for help, and I feel like I say this in every reading, that, and I will continue to say it because obviously someone still needs to hear it. We have our own support team. Each individual human being, soul, has archangels, angels, spirit guides, and Palladians and star seeds, like every aspect and out there. There's a group. They're saying a board of directors. Like, there's this huge conference table. They're showing me this huge conference table, and there is obviously Father God Source and Mother Creatrix there, and then there's Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, and then whoever, there's someone from the fairy realm and someone from the dragon realm, and a unicorn from the unicorn. Like, they're showing me all the everyone sitting at the table, and they are there solely for you. But in the middle of the table, they're showing me this red telephone. And who was the red telephone? Was it Batman, or I don't know why they're, okay, I'm just going to continue with what they're showing me, and I'm not going to question it because it's obviously a message for you, not for me. But they're showing me this red telephone in the middle of the conference table, and they're all sitting there gathered for you, but they can't do anything until that phone rings, right? They're waiting for the call, but they can't do anything until the call comes. And the call has to come from you. You have to be the one to say, hey guys, I could really use your help today with this, or hey, spirit angels, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm being led in the wrong direction with something. Can you please help me, guide me, show me? Like, they can't, and I say the word interfere, but it's not interfering. But they can't do anything until you invite them in. And I say this at every reading, but today they're showing me the conference table with your whole support team sitting around, and your watchers, because the watchers report back to them. You know, they're the, well, all right, in the corporate world, was that the intern doesn't get paid, but they run and go get the coffee, or they run and do all the errand, the gopher boy, the errand boy. I don't like using any of those terms, but they're showing me that, like, the watchers are the ones that report back to everyone sitting at the conference table. So you're always being watched and reported about, so they can help guide you, but they're waiting for that phone to ring. So make the call, people. Pile number 3 viewers, make the call. Okay. Now they want me to jump right to this card. What am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? What if you were to take life into your hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared. Take the leap. Today's soul action is no more thinking, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. And they're telling me can't lose when you've got the whole universe supporting you. So even though you're scared, ask for help from universe to take that leap. Okay. Okay, not yet on that one. They want me to go to Archangel Hope. Look for a cosmic gift. Remember, you deserve it. And they want me to read from the book for her, too. Okay. Archangel Hope. Archangel Hope is the twin flame of Archangel Gabriel. She carries divine feminine energy and has her etheric retreat above Malaysia. She is always seen in glowing rainbow light. As her name suggests, she brings hope at the end of a challenging experience. She offers new opportunities, inspiration, gifts, and happiness to those who are ready for the next step. A rainbow is a portent or promise that you are due to receive a reward. Under cosmic law, so they're showing me another room with a different conference table where that's where all those cosmic laws are being discussed and voted upon. Under cosmic law, if your heart leaps with joy and gratitude when you see this glorious arc of radiant color, the universe opens a new door for you. Your expression of delight is the key that turns the lock, and Archangel Hope activates this for you. She will also shine light onto your path. So the guidance message is, this card brings the promise of a reward or gift from the universe. This may be something tangible or the easing of a situation, a new friendship, love, or success. It may even come in the form of an unexpected opportunity or something your heart has long desired. Archangel Hope is bringing forward the fresh and unexpected for you. Your guidance is to look out for this blessing, however small, and receive it with thanks and pleasure. Archangel Hope is holding the cosmic door that allows it in, and she is assessing your response. Gratitude opens the floodgates to cosmic bounty, so be thankful, for then you will receive the abundance you deserve. Accept it with joy. Remember, you are living in a benign and generous universe that loves you and wants to give you. So open your heart to the glorious and positive. So again, they're bringing me back to that conference table. They're watching and they're looking to see if you have that joy and gratitude of little things. Okay. Insights that come from meditation, the need to rest or take a vacation. Allow yourself more time before making a decision. Mental exhaustion, and get more sleep. So they're showing me that she has taken her armor off, but she's sitting, look at her tank top, it looks like the universe, right? It's dark blue with stars. So this armor that you've been wearing, removing it, you see that the universe is within you, that you're a part of it. Right? So you are this light dancer, you're part of this. And they're showing me with these, all right, so 8 of Pentacles means get to work. You've got to get to work, right? Getting to work on your spirituality. The High Priestess speaks of intuition, wisdom, a higher power, thirst for knowledge. And they're showing me that the King of Pentacles in reverse is because you haven't truly gotten to work on reconnecting and trust and knowing that the universe is within you and around you, supporting you. When you've had that armor on, you've been battling, fighting. But by removing that armor, you're inviting in. And the Empress speaks of fertility, but it's not just like literally. You can't take it literal in the sense of a baby. It's, yes, pregnancy can be a thing, but they're showing me fruitfulness, creativity. Whatever your heart desire is, that you wanted to take that leap, you've got this idea, you already know what it is. And to take that leap, and do it. Get to work. But ask for help. And the Seven of Swords is a liar, cheater, manipulator, but it's in reverse. So showing me that they're showing me that this when taking your armor off and stepping into getting to work, the truth will be shown to you. No more lies. And lies not meaning that someone's actually lying to you, but the lie you tell yourself. That that you're alone, that you've had to have this armor on and fight. Those are lies. And those lies have prevented you from this. All right. Pile 3 viewers. What final messages does Spirit have for you, Pile 3 viewers? Please make it obvious. What final messages do you have for Pile 3 viewers today? Yeah, so Spirit keeps showing me like one step, they're like, oh, the red phone, it's ringing, oh my God. And they're all like startled by it at first that the red phone is ringing, but they all jump up. Like not even a sec. All right, so they're showing me, even though you're scared, you're going to take that leap and get to work. And you're calling in your whole support team to universe. And all of them, like, there's no hesitation. They are on it. Like, I can't, like, who's that superhero that's like, is it Flash Gordon? Like, he's here and then a second later he's here. He's like, zoop. Like, they're showing me, like, there's this, they're all running to whatever station or place that they need to be at to get this happening for you. They're like, there's no hesitation. There's no, it was like, dang. Like, you would think they'd be like, oh, finally, he or she called. They called. Nope. They're like, yeah, phone rang, gotta answer, let's go, boom. And that conference room emptied out so quickly. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Pile 3 viewers will look for cosmic gifts, and they will be in gratitude. Even the smallest little things. What final messages? I don't take cards that drop. They have to. I always tell Spirit, please make it obvious. What final messages do you have for Pile 3? Thank you, Spirit Guides. They're just glad that they don't have to surround the table anymore. That's it? Just the one card? No, this one's it. Okay. So we have Iolite, Shift Your Money Mindset. And Amazonite, Loosen Your Grip. They want me to read. Okay. Iolite. Money might make the world go round, but it shouldn't have you running in circles. It's important to view your cup as half full instead of half empty to maintain a healthy perspective. All right, so yeah, they're bringing Archangel Hope back into mind. Look for cosmic gifts. Remember, it said even if it's small. So you do need to change your mindset to being optimistic instead of pessimistic, right? So it's important to view your cup as half full instead of half empty. When you shift your attention from what you don't have to appreciating what you do, you attract more of what you desire into your life. Again, remember, Archangel Hope said that when she sees, like even showing you that rainbow and your heart skips a beat, like, oh, look, it's a rainbow. That sets everything in motion. Remember, the card spoke of that. Gratitude. So when you step into that mindset of appreciating everything, even if it's the smallest thing, you'll attract more of what you desire into your life. Embrace a feeling of enoughness and know that whether or not you have everything you want, you definitely have everything you need. All right, and now they're bringing that song, You Can't Always Get What You Want. You get what you need. I'm sorry, I cannot sing, but you can't always get what you want. You get what you need. You know, I think it's a Rolling Stones song, right? I think. You definitely have everything you need. Bring more awareness to your internal state and challenge yourself to express gratitude for where you are and what you have right now. Instead of chasing money and material items, chase happiness and satisfaction with your life as it is currently. You will soon see that your cup runneth over. So one of the affirmations you could say is, I live in a state of abundance. Today, express appreciation for all you have. Okay, so they're now showing me, by making this affirmation, say it out loud, Pile 3 viewers. I live in a state of abundance. And by expressing appreciation for all you have, this is going to start. That's making the red phone ring. So, I don't know, I don't know you personally. This is everyone, but everyone who's watching this, you have something that you're watching this on, right? So, either you have a cell phone in your hand, be thankful for that cell phone. Thankful that you have the world at your fingertips, that you can call and connect with anybody, that you can watch this video. That's something to be grateful for. That's abundance. A lot of people don't have cell phones. Or you're watching this on TV. So that means you have a television. Wherever you're sitting at, there's a TV for you to watch. That means you have electricity. That means you have light. Those are things, like, I'm just starting with basics here, people. Just being in gratitude for those little, and those are big things in my mind. Those are big things. They're not little, because half the world doesn't have these things. So let's take that moment and even say, hey, Archangel Hope, show me, remind me, bring back my memory of all that I should be grateful for and give thanks for. And by doing that, sets all of this in motion. Amazonite. There are times when enough is enough. It's time to relinquish control. You don't have to do it all, and what's more, you can't do it all. No one can. Some things in life are simply out of your control. Remember, your best at any given moment is good enough. It's easy to get stuck in our ways and feel like we might want to interfere with life's greater plan. Instead, try taking a step back to give space and time for the relationships and situations in your life to develop. Release the idea of how things should be to make room for how things could be. Everything will fall into place if you allow life to unfold in an organic way. Okay, so they're showing me that's probably why you've forgotten this, because you have tried to control everything. But we don't have control. You know that. Universe has control. You've heard the divine plan, divine timing. It's all up to universe. However, you can co-create with universe. So let's end on the Empress card. That whatever it is that your heart's desire, as long as you get to work with universe, with spirit, work together, everything, and let go of the control and let them guide you, and be in gratitude, everything you desire, your desires will come. Be it with work, relationships, love, career, whatever. All of it, any of it. So that's all that I have for you, Pile 3 viewers. I hope it helped. If you liked it, please click the like button and subscribe and share. Also, I will have in the description box below all the decks that I've used today and how you can contact me to schedule a reading. I am truly grateful. This is one of the things I sit here in gratitude, that one person is watching this video, which means a message is being heard that Spirit wants out in the universe. And I'm grateful that they're using me as the tool to have that message be relayed. So I'm in gratitude for you and for them. Love and light. Hey, Pile 4 viewers. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. I truly appreciate you being here. And Spirit had me pre-shuffle some cards, so let's just get started. I want to, again, gratitude. Thank you that you're here. Appreciate you. All right, Pile 4 viewers. We have the Arrow Master, Atonement, Cosmic Ruby, the Isles of Wonders, the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Judgment, 8 of Cups in reverse, and 5 of Cups. All right, we'll get to that. So let's start with the Isle of Wonders. Number 4, Revelation, Teaching, Discovery. And this is the Oracle of Hidden Worlds. Number 4. Spirit wants me to read from the book. Some places are so precious that they must be completely protected. Such as this place, the Isles of Wonders. Shrouded by the mists of the waterfalls, guarded by the turbulence of the waters, it can only be reached through becoming light and flying there. Oh, I got the hiccups. Excuse me. What does this mean for you? That in order to learn what your soul craves to understand, you must become light enough to travel over the waters and into the Isles of Wonders itself. When this card comes to you, know you are being guided to become light, so your soul can travel to this place and explore the marvels of this place. It is a place of peace and of great teaching and discovery, of soulful intellect and spirited intelligence. There lies such a place deep within you, and you can discover this place within. For while the Isle of Wonders continues to exist, so, too, does the wonder within you. It may be time to rise above and free yourself from what has held you back, and this can take place in subtle, potent ways. It is not a literal escape, although adventure can always assist us. This is more a freeing of yourself from all that is around you, which convinces you that you can no longer learn, that it is dangerous to discover, that believing in marvels is the domain of fantasy. It is not, for this place exists to generate the belief in the marvelous, the desire to learn, and the repeated and peaceful liberation of the enchained soul. Fly now, friend, and let yourself visit this most marvelous place and learn of all that is pure and true again. The illumination says, I have the freedom to learn and to discover. My soul thrives on adventure. Okay, pile 4 viewers. The Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, detachment. Number 10. The Arrow Master. Oh, ally. He's an ally. He appears to help you target your intentions and teaches you how to shoot straight for the stars. The message is to be deliberate about focusing your dreams and desires with intention and about aligning your intention with spirit. Then let them fly on the wind, directed by the divine, until they reach your goal. The only way to hit the target is allow the arrow of your intention to fly unencumbered by your eagerness to see it travel exactly the way you want it to go. You may think it needs to veer a certain way to reach your goal, but the invisible realms, human power cannot make this happen. The divine has its own idea of how the arrow flies and upon what wind it's carried. Nonetheless, if you don't shoot, you'll never score. This is a fortunate message as long as you do remember the law of detachment. If you do, then be assured that you're right on point. Okay. But they're telling me to read the Challenger. The Arrow Master appears to let you know that if you continue on your present course, you could be shooting yourself in the foot. You're being challenged now to take a look at the motives behind why you want to reach your goal at all. Is this a path of true destiny or the lure of fantasy and ego desires? Are you setting your intention to win something away from another or to get what you want, whether it's good for all? Remember also that life is not a competition. The concept of competition is flawed and encourages a perception of lack. Your time will come. Be very clear that you're pointing in the right direction and don't chase your arrow. If your intention is to find an easier, softer way or a shortcut to your goal, it's time to give that up since it won't work in the long run. Don't be seduced by quick, get-it-now ideas. This is the time to ask for the highest intentions to replace the old ones. Sometimes a new set of arrows and another target altogether are needed. Then you can never miss your mark. So they're showing me, Spirit's showing me, like, to get to this place, remember, you had to go within. And it does speak of releasing control and letting the universe guide you. All right. Interesting. They want me to read this one too. So, the 5 of Air, an unwise choice. There's a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or have questionable motives. And they're telling me to read from here too. Okay. Consider this card's a heads up that you might want to choose a different way of doing things. It's not a message of blame from the universe, but more like loving guidance to help you going forward. Be aware that people around you could have different motives than you do. The reasons for their actions may be questionable, or they just might not be in line with your perceptions of how things should be. Avoid negative people and make sure your own actions come from a place of honesty and integrity. They're telling me communicating clearly, something not worth the effort, seeking a win-win situation, a joyless victory, thinking only of yourself, gloating, a desire for revenge. Okay. So, you trying to control things. Thinking only of yourself, gloating, a desire for revenge. It's time to review your past actions and your future plans to search for a better way. Archangel Sandalphon is your wise counselor, and he will see that your prayers for guidance are answered quickly. Okay, so now they're having me bring in the Atonement card. Now, if you look, this woman is naked from the top up. We see her back, and all these swords are in her back. And they're showing me the arrows. Either of yourself or others, but there's no blood. Do you see there's no blood dripping? Even though they're deeply embedded in her, there's no blood oozing. So, Atonement, number 31. Atonement is about paying the bills, unadulterated, unfiltered, not negotiated. It is about full and open acceptance of consequences, and a little more. It is also about paying for the price of others, letting go of all ifs and buts and taking it all in, whether it's ours to take or another's to shoulder. If you have a piece of what puts you at fault, normally you would try to separate it and weigh it evenly with what makes the other at fault, and with what you make it right. And with what you made it right. A little for a little, but it rarely does it move anything forward. Sometimes we need a clean slate, and it's done by going through it all, paying more than is due, to create closure for yourself, for others. You take the dark in so that others can stay in the light, even if they don't deserve it, even if you don't deserve it. It says accepting pain is a way to survive the pain. Not all things burn, but some should. Accepting the full burden of responsibility, the fair as well, the unfair, with no discount. Okay, so sorry about that. Spirit's showing me that you have been, I don't want to say banned or barred from this place, but your actions Yeah, so they're showing me that all these swords, like your actions have been half of it. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swords here. Your actions. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Well, there's 10 swords in her back. So, you're responsible for half of this. But others are responsible for the other half. And you do seem to take that on as all yours. But that's what's preventing you from getting here. That's a low vibrating, heavy energy to be in. Remember, this said you have to be light to be able to, and they're showing me not only light like in weight wise, but light meaning source wise, spiritual wise. You need to lighten your load, both literatively and spiritually. Okay. Number 32, Cosmic Ruby. Be a peace ambassador. Practice cosmic mastery. So, this is from the Magic of the Unicorns Oracle. This is the card of peace and wisdom, so your unicorn is inviting you to be a peace ambassador. Archangel Uriel is in charge of the development of the solar plexus chakra. His powerful cosmic rubies radiate red for action, gold for wisdom, and the beautiful blue of peace and higher communication. When these gems are lit up by the unicorn energy, they bring forward your self-worth and confidence so that you can take action with love and common sense. Your guidance today is to ask for a cosmic ruby to be placed in your solar plexus. As you sense its light being absorbed by your systems, know that a new, improved version of yourself is stepping forward. Your guidance then is to practice being wise and calm. Your unicorn will be with you as you communicate serenely and diplomatically with everyone. Look for peaceful solutions to all the challenges that are presented to you and trust that you will be guided to find a good way forward. Ask your unicorn to place a cosmic ruby illuminated with its energy over parts of the world where people cannot express their truth or where there is conflict. Sending it to learning establishments where students need confidence. Visualize it over individuals and groups who need enlightened thinking to bring about peace. Your unicorn is reminding you that a cosmic ruby accelerates your spiritual journey to intergalactic mastery. If this path resonates with you, visualize the gem around your energy fields. Know that your unicorn is lighting the way for you. Wow, so apparently this revelation and teaching discovery, you've got this, one of your soul missions here is globally, not just in your environment. Like, this is speaking of the world. So yeah, it's time to come out of this space. Archangel Uriel. Yeah, it's time to call him in. But they're saying visualize it. Like, to work with the cosmic ruby, sense Archangel Uriel holding a huge glowing deep red ruby. And then that your unicorn is filling it's with its pure white unicorn love. And then visualize this ruby being placed into your solar plexus. Now, if you don't know, let me see if I have a chart I can show you. our solar, but you know, there's the 7 chakras. Oh my God. So you'll have to Google it. I don't have a card handy right now to show you, but in a person, we have the crown chakra, which is above us, the third eye chakra, which is in between your brows, the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the solar plexus chakra, which is represented by the color yellow. That's your gut, like just above your belly button. And there's the sacral and the root. So the solar plexus chakra is a few inches above your belly button, and it's yellow in color. So normally the crystals that work with the solar plexus would be like citrine or yellow calcite, those types of crystals. However, because this cosmic ruby is more than just love, peace, action, wisdom, and higher communication, having him put that in your solar plexus will help sense your confidence, your self-worth, and your inner peace growing. And then visualize this cosmic ruby expanding it until it completely surrounds you, so that your whole auric field is this cosmic ruby. Send peace and wisdom to people and places everywhere. And the affirmation is, I seek peaceful solutions. So, yeah, you've got it. It's a big thing, but it's a thing you can do. Sending peace to all these places. Like, start by getting out of this energy here, right? Releasing this, getting out of this. She's got water dripping from her hands, so she's releasing the emotions from all of this. And then light and love will get you to this place of the Isle of Wonders. And from here is where you can start. They'll show you, or it'll be brought to you in, like, universe gives us signs all the time. So you could be watching a TV show, you could be watching something, and a commercial will pop up about, you know, one of those charity donations, and there's an issue somewhere in a part of the world that you might not even be aware of. Pay attention to that commercial, because now that universe showing you, send some of this cosmic ruby energy there. You know, so like once you get into this place of the Isle of Wonders, you'll start noticing signs that universe is giving you to help with this. Is part of your mission, being a peace ambassador. Okay. All right, so we've got the 9 of Pentacles, Judgment, 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and 7 of Water. So when I see this card, she's all dressed in white, which to me represents purity, angelic realm, and she's reaching up. And pentacles represent money, materialistic things, but also learning and education. So I feel like you, now, once you get here, you'll be reaching up for the wisdom, and you're teaching And birds are messengers. They carry messages. So I see you like this. When I see this card, Spirit's showing me that you have to think that that's the cosmic ruby, and and this bird is going to carry it to wherever you're sending that piece to. Okay. And in this card, see where you have to, remember it said you have to be light to get to the Isles of Wonder. And here they're showing me that it's going to happen. You're there. See, that's you becoming light. So that's confirmation that you're going to get there. Eight of Cups, walking away, but in reverse. Something's blocking you from walking away from here. So you've known this. You know this energy. You've known it, but Spirit says you haven't walked away to the light. Something's preventing you from. Okay. Okay, so they're showing me that what's been preventing you from walking away is the disappointment and heartbreak that you've had. All these empty cups. They're like not sitting on the earth, but they're like like they've been there for so long that they're showing me even past lives. It's almost part of the ground now, that it's been there for so long, these empty cups, that they've like literally settled down into the earth. Right? There's 3 of them here, empty. But this 4th one, you're the one with your toes, you're like tipping it over. Just letting it drain down. Right? Do you see that? You're just like, why even bother? Look at all these other times. But this cup here is on fire. Right? This cup, Source, is saying, hey, look at the cup you still have left. Right? And look at this cup. I don't know if you can see it. But there's different colors in there. And I'm going to come back to this card in a second, because the 7 of water says make a choice. Stop procrastinating or overanalyzing. Get clarity on what you desire and move forward. And I'm going to read from the book on this because I have forgot what it said, but I know there's a message in here that will relate to this card. So let's see, 7 of water. You have a challenging decision to make. The problem is you're not making it. This sense of paralysis keeps you from moving forward and only intensifies the overwhelm you are feeling. If you need to do further research, then do it. But do it now. The time has come to choose so that you can proceed. Sometimes daydreaming about a situation can offer insight, but it's not helpful if you don't eventually take action on it. Ask your angels for guidance. The cups featured in this card are all accompanied by a color of the chakra system. Where is your eye drawn? Okay, so look at this card. Do you see all the cups? Each one has a different color. Be honest now. What was the first color you were drawn to? Pile for viewers. Leave a comment, please. Tell me which one you were drawn to, because this information can help guide you. So purple is spirituality. Dark blue, psychic abilities and visions. Light blue, communication and truth. Green, loving and healing. I'm sorry, I'm going to let that pass. Yellow, power and control. Orange, creativity, addictions and sexuality. And red, money and security. So I'm curious, viewers, which one were you first drawn to? But again, going back to, remember we were speaking of the chakra system, and the cosmic ruby is being put into your solar plexus chakra, which speaks of power and control, because you're going to be a peace ambassador. But now I'm going back to this bowl, which has the fire, the flame, the light. Like, to me, that represents source, spirit. See all the little lights there coming out of that fire bowl? So that bowl that you've been walking away from is this one bowl you're still holding. And look at, see, remember all those colored balls are in there. That bowl holds all your chakras. Do you see that? It's like clearly, like they're all the same balls. Like, and each of these has like a little aura around it, and each of these has a little aura around it. Okay, so yeah, you're tipping over this fourth bowl, but the fifth bowl you're holding on to, that's next to you, and that's holding all of this. So what, you need to make the choice, get clarity on what you desire, and move forward. And then, based on which one you were drawn to, that's the one you need to do some work on. Okay? I am curious to know, and you know, put a comment of which one you were drawn to, and I can, if you'd like some guidance, say, Judith, please give me some guidance, and I will respond to your comment. I just love when all the cards make sense. Okay, so what final messages, Spirit, do you have for pile 4? What final message? Just make it obvious. What final message? Okay. We have leadership. Okay. The lion, direction, initiative, shine, positive influence. This is a new deck, the Awakened Soul, and I'm really excited to get to learn all these cards, so I'm going to read from the book. The Awakened Soul story says, our awakened soul is a natural-born leader who's in a role of influence where her decisions and opinions affect many other people. While she has come to much of her leadership ability naturally, she has had to work hard to get where she is. She continues to learn from those around her, including the people she leads. She is a role model, trailblazer, and philanthropist. This leader is open to learning new things and helping others in a positive way whenever she can. I think I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode. I'm sorry. She radiates confidence and shines that out to those who she influences and mentors. She is skilled at holding people's attention and a collective vision. Leaders show people what is possible. Good leaders have the potential to make a massive impact on communities and the world at large. The awakened meaning. This card has come up in your reading today as a reminder that your actions and words dictate the type of leader you are. You are called to empower others to do what you say you are going to do. Not everyone wants to lead a huge team, and that is perfectly okay. But there are many other ways you can be a leader. Don't be afraid to shine with confidence in your abilities and skills. Cast any imposter syndrome you carry out the window along with your doubt. As long as you are working with integrity and heart, you are on the right track. We gain loyalty through leadership. We gain respect through speaking up and standing up for what we believe in. Sometimes our true leaders are not those that we have been given in our institutions. You can be a true leader every day. Okay. So they're showing me this peace ambassador. Your affirmation is, I am a leader in my own natural way. In what ways am I being called to be a leader in my life? So they're showing me a peace ambassador. Once you step out of this, work on your chakras, whichever one was jumping out at you. Lighten yourself to get to the place of wonders. Putting that cosmic ruby in and sending peace and love out to the world in specific places. That's how you're going to gain your leadership. Yeah, it's going to be a huge metamorphosis for you, but it's so easily obtainable. I love how universe just shows everything in alignment. Like this looks like her too, right? I mean, you might not physically look like this, but that's, yep, you want to get here, people. You want to get here, right? Lighten up. Go to the Isle of Wonders. Ask your unicorn and your angels to help you. And be that peace ambassador. Well, that's all I have for you, Pile 4 viewers. I am truly grateful and appreciative that you're here. Thank you so much for checking this video out. I hope it helped. Please do leave a comment. I am curious as to what color cup you were drawn to first. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet already, and please feel free to share my videos. And until next time, love and light.